Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining this brief webinar. And it's going to be a short video to introduce you to a fantastic college planning tool that is really going to help alleviate some financial burdens in the future when planning for college. And it's a tool that we utilize a lot for clients every day, and it is just something that more people should know about, and that is why we are sharing it here on this brief webinar. So to introduce you to the guy on the other side and introduce you to what we do on a day-to-day basis, my name is Philip Santucci. I'm the managing partner and a financial professional with Legacy Partners Insurance Group. We are an independent insurance and financial services firm out of Chicago. We are right on the north side near O'Hare Airport. And some of the things that we focus in on our day-to-day client conversations are going to be life insurance, disability, annuities, Medicare. There's other services that we offer as well, but something that we have really tried to focus in on as of late is giving everyone a great tool to utilize for college planning that is out of the norm, that is not advertised anywhere, and that's exclusively through only a handful of firms in Illinois, and also a very small group of firms throughout the country. And we are fortunate to be one of the firms that has access to this great college planning tool. And I'm going to introduce that to you here, give you some more insight on what it's about. A few rules. We don't have a Q&A section. When you signed up for the webinar, you were given a link not only to this video, but also to schedule a consultation with us. That doesn't cost you anything. And you'll see how things are really built through this presentation, and it'll give you a very good overview as well. So college planning, what are the normal steps for college planning? Well, the first two are going to be huge. 529 plans, a lot of people know those are college investment specific plans. That is what they are for. They are not for anything else. They might have some flexibility if someone does not decide to go to college, but these are very specific college planning investment plans. Great, fantastic, but flexibility is always nice as well. Big one, everyone knows, student loans. Students might be taking out loans on their own. Parents might be taking out loans and helping them when they're applying for colleges. Loans probably make up 80% of how college is paid for many individuals. And it's one of the biggest funding factors when looking at what college is going to cost. Some people have just saved their entire lives in a savings account of some sort, and that's what they're going to be utilizing for paying for those college funds. Others are investing in stocks or bonds, mutual funds, regular portfolio, and that's how they're building up their college funds. Others, parents bought their home way before kids went off to college, and now if they're off to college, they've probably built up some equity, and they'll take out home equity loans in order to help pay for some of that college as well. These are all different ways, amongst others as well, such as scholarships to pay for college. But the two big ones, 529 plans and loans, probably make up the majority of how college is planned for. So how can we look at this differently and really bring a different aspect of college planning that helps alleviate that financial burden to families? Well, we have a new planning advantage, and we like to call it the tuition bank. It does have a specific name. We don't say it on the webinar here just for advertising purposes, but when you do have the consultation with us, we do introduce you to everything. But for this webinar is the College Tuition Bank. And essentially what this is a tuition building program that you have access to 445 private colleges around the country. And essentially it adds up to 1 year of paid tuition to any of these schools that are part of the program, any one of the 445 private colleges. Also, part of this is you get a student profile, so it can be shared with member colleges. Member colleges can then look at those profiles and kind of scout, who they may want to go after student-wise. Before, that was really held for sports. Now it can be done in a different way. College searching, so career planning and funding website. So they give you access to a college search engine, career planning, which is huge. Trying to plan out what you want to do in college, as many of us know, not easy. Even after college, still not easy. There's so many things out there that we can do, but there's a career planning program that is part of this advantage as well. And then also a funding website that kind of goes over some ways to fund college. There's a discount program for adults. So if you are sponsoring the child in this program, you get a 10% discount at these member colleges as well. Provide student loan knowledge and a loan finder. So it'll give you more insight into what student loans are, how they function, how to find the right loan. It will definitely lay those things out for you. There's also news, education, articles, and advice on college. And a lot of those are actually put together from staff at these member colleges. So it'll give you a good insight into their mind, and they're giving you firsthand advice on what to do when going to college, because they are staff working at those colleges, which is really nice and insightful. There's a monthly newsletter that'll maybe highlight some current member colleges, highlight incoming colleges, and other information related to college and college planning. There's also a scholarship program that'll vary from different amounts in schools and things like that, but there will be access to that. So really, it's a new way, right, to build up college tuition, and it'll give you that 1 year of tuition free, right? The big thing is you're going to be doing something that's going to earn this, but not anything that you wouldn't be doing otherwise. So getting into what that looks like, how does it work, right? How are you going to accumulate these points? So first, I'll show you how you're going to accumulate them. And then second, I'll show you how they actually look when they are accumulating, and show you how powerful this really can be. So how does it work? You're purchasing a permanent life insurance policy is one. You're allowed 2 per household. You're going to want to have a permanent life insurance policy on you anyway to pay for some of those expenses more quickly, rather than having to try to get access to bank accounts and investments and things like that, depending on what you've already planned or haven't. Life insurance is a great generational wealth building tool, and helps alleviate a lot of stress during a very painful time. So permanent life insurance, you're allowed 2 per household. Purchasing protected principal annuity investments. So essentially, you buy an annuity, your money is then protected inside this annuity, and purchasing that annuity is going to allow you to build credits for this tuition bank as well. Now, you're not limited to how many of those you can purchase, but obviously annuities are going to be investments, which means they require a lot of cash to put into them, depending on the situation. However, the nice thing about this program is it does not have to be a single family doing this. So if it's mom and dad have their policies and things set, well, the grandparents on both sides could also have policies of their own and also sponsor the children and build things up. So annuities would be great for the grandparents who have lots of grandkids, because since it is based off of a percentage amount, there's a lot more college tuition bank money that can be built up through this. Now, what does that all look like? What does all these confusing things really build up to, and how does it affect you as a family? Here it is. So this is how your tuition bank will essentially accumulate when you have certain products and what it's going to look like over time. So we did base these numbers off of 17 years, because if you started this when the child was born, it's only going to go until age 17. After age 17, the credits are not built up anymore. But 17 years can have a very powerful impact, which we'll show you here. So When I refer to points, it's essentially referring to dollar amounts. So 1 point is equal to $1. So when we initially set up these accounts for our clients, it's 500 points or $500 that is put into this account. Now, for every referral, you get up to 5 that are given to us. And it could be for a referral for other services, not necessarily college tuition planning, but it's 500 points for each of those. Annual review will net you $1,000, and that's every year for 17 years. For the birthday, so if you have one child, every birthday they're going to earn $500. If you have multiple kids, each child will earn 500 points of their own that is used for them just because it's their birthday. So that's a nice little birthday gift, $500 a year for college tuition. Now, how is that going to work when we look at life insurance? Because we did say you have to purchase a permanent life insurance policy. So when you purchase that policy, you're going to have an initial 5,000 points or $5,000 added to that tuition bank. Annually, you will have 2,000 points added every year until age 17. So if we took a 17-year total, that one life insurance policy is earning you $36,000 in college tuition points. And that's just one policy, right? That's just one person. So we can have 2 per household. So if we had just the 2, that's $72,000 right there just for protecting your family and doing some financial planning. So when we look at an annuity is going to be based on 5% off the initial amount. So when we look at these numbers, we're looking at 100,000 going in, and then having a 5% going towards credits. Now, again, none of these things cost you any money. Nothing is coming out of your policies. This is just a credit rewards program, kind of like using a credit card and getting rewards for it. So that 5% of that 100,000, you'll get 5,000 initial points. That's huge. You'll also earn 5% of the cash value for every year until age 17. So if you did that for the 17 years, and let's just assume that annuity never grows, which is highly unlikely. We'll assume it doesn't grow and it stays 100,000. So it's 5,000 every single year. You're going to earn 90,000 points off that singular annuity that can be used for those private colleges. Now, the other nice thing is, too, if you build up hundreds of thousands of dollars, this is going to be spread out to multiple kids. If the kids don't go to college, other kids can be sponsored. So it's really a very flexible, great program for just doing some financial planning. And this is the reward you're getting. You're getting a lot of tuition based on some private colleges around the country. And those are ones that we usually go over with clients depending on what someone's looking for. We don't know what school someone is going to end up going to. But this is a very, very huge advantage that many places don't know about. They're not offering, but we are, and we're offering it to our clients throughout the state of Illinois. Now, to get started, you just want to set up an appointment. When you set up the appointment, you'll also get $500 from us to add to that tuition bank, our gift to you. How do you do this? In the original email that you received when you were granted access to this webinar, it gave you a scheduling link in there to schedule some time for a conversation. Again, that conversation doesn't cost you anything, costs you a little bit of time, but there is not a fee for that consultation. And in order for us to give you those 500 points, we do have to set up those policies for you, but you'll get that as a bonus. You can also go and email us at info@legacypartnersinsg.com. That'll be our office address. It is by appointment only. We don't have walk-ins, so you have to schedule an appointment to come see us. You can also visit our website for a little bit more information about who we are and what we do. You can also call us at the number below to set your appointment, but the easiest and fastest way is to use the scheduling link that was given to you when you had registered for this webinar. So that's kind of an overview of a special program that we are offering and that we hope we can get more people involved in to not only help alleviate the stress level of how much college can cost, but also give a more affordable option to attend a private college and get a little more insight into how awesome these private colleges are, and to save you money along the way and have a whole family able to really dive into this. So thank you. Appreciate you taking the time out to watch this webinar, and we hope that you can schedule an appointment and get some more information and get you started on creating your college tuition bank for your child today.